Today we're going to do pages 129 and 130. Alright, let's look at 129 up top. It says to answer the questions about the following limerick on notebook paper. So we can probably just fill these out because we'll do them together, okay? So here's our limerick. There was a young lady from Niger who went out for a ride on a tiger. They came back from the ride with the lady inside and a smile on the face of the tiger. Wow, that's pretty gross. Anyway, on that note, let's figure out what the grammar is of this pretty dark limerick. What is the prepositional phrase in line 1 and what is its job? So, you know the prepositional phrase up there? Good. Just a second, let me change my pen. All right. Prepositional phrase is from Niger. Question is it acting like an adjective or an adverb? Now, if it was an adjective, it would be describing probably the lady. If it's an adverb, it's going to be describing where, was. Well, it's hard to describe was because it's a state and being verb, right? So anyway, what is it describing? It's describing where the lady was from, right? So it is acting like an adjective. I'm just going to write adjective right there, the abbreviation for it. What is the job of out in line 2? So let's look at out. Who went out for a ride on a tiger? So we have out, and we have for a ride as a prepositional phrase, right? So out can be a preposition, but it's having another preposition right after it. So, sorry, I'm looking at a van that's driving around here. Okay, never mind. So because this preposition doesn't have a noun after it, but yet another prepositional phrase, it is just acting like either an adjective or an adverb. And it's describing who went, where they went. So this is acting like an adverb. How many prepositional phrases are there in line 2 and 3? Well, here's for a ride. Do you see another one on that line? Yeah, on a tiger. And what about number 3? Do you see anyone in line 3? Yeah, from the ride. So I see 3 of them. What is the job of inside on line 4? Now see the word inside? Nothing coming after it. So it's not a preposition here. It would just be saying where, which would be adverb. Okay? What is the job of the last prepositional phrase? So we have on the face, but then we have of the tiger. So this is kind of a tricky one here, okay? You have a prepositional phrase describing the noun and the prepositional phrase before it. I don't think we've ever had that before, or at least had to label it. We've had 2 prepositional phrases next to each other. But you see, of the tiger is describing the face. There was a smile on the face of the tiger. So of the tiger is describing the face. So it is an adjective. That was kind of interesting. Oops, lost my page. All right. Each of the following proverbs may or may not contain a prepositional phrase. If the proverb does contain a phrase, put parentheses around the whole phrase and put adjective or adverb in the blank. If there is no phrase, write none in the blank. Necessity is the mother of invention. Okay, Alex, what's the prepositional phrase? Good job. Of invention. The good thing about doing it this way, guys, is I'm not going to let anybody get it wrong. So you guys are going to be perfect now that we do it this way. That's kind of like the good part. The good part for me is I don't have to listen to you guys whine when we do it. I'm just like thinking you guys are all sitting at your table right now, all by yourselves, and you're smiling through the whole thing, aren't you? Right, Morgan? You smiling through the whole thing? Bet you are. Okay, so Alex, is of invention describing the verb in the sentence or a noun? Yep, it's describing the mother, so be adjective. All right, Will, this one's for you. A word to the wise is sufficient. Prepositional phrase? Perfect. To the wise. And what's it describing? It's describing the word, right? So another noun. He who hesitates is lost. Gavin, I'm going to give you this one. This is a hard one. Where's the prepositional phrase? Very good. There isn't one. All right, Leonard. Pride goeth before destruction. Prepositional phrase? Yeah, before destruction. What is it describing? Definitely where you go, right? So it would be adverb. All right, Morgan. Rome was not built in a day. What's the prepositional phrase? Good. In a day. And what's it describing? How long it took to build? Right. So is it adjective or adverb? Did you say adjective? I bet you did. All right. Before I go on, let me jump over to the next page and see. Is the next one? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to stop there on that one. And what I want you to do, let me go back to that. Oh, come on, we can do it. There we go. Did I just lose all my writing? That was weird. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to take those 5. It's weird. I've lost everything. It's kind of scary. I hope we're recording. I think I'm going to check. We probably are, but I'm going to check. We are. Okay. I want you to take those 5 that we just did together, and I want you to go down to the go back and do this part on your own. Okay? Underline your subject once and your verb twice. Skip that and say 1 through 5. Okay? And then diagram those sentences. So just those 5, I want you to do that too. Another sheet of paper, diagram them. Okay? Let's go to page 130. I know this is a little more, but we don't have a whole lot of work, and I want to get through this language book, so, or at least a good portion of it, so you're ready for next year. All right, let's look at the top of here and see what we're going to do on this one. Read each sentence carefully. If it is correct, write C on your paper. If it contains an error, rewrite the sentence correctly on your paper. Okay. Let's look at a few of these. Dad gave me money for milk yesterday. What's the error? Yep, it should be gave. We're not going to write it on another sheet of paper. We'll just maybe talk through these. Let's talk through a few of these. I knowed you wouldn't forget my book. What would it be? I knew, right? The witness testified that he seen the thief. Is that correct or incorrect? It is incorrect. It should be had seen the thief. Okay. Gavin, Grandpa and Grandma have gone for the mail. Is that correct or incorrect? I think it's correct. Let me find my answers. The answers to those. Oh, I see. Let's see. Yep, it's correct. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm having a hard time seeing it. The porch light. The sun's coming up on the porch, so it's getting bright. Morgan, why don't you take this one? This dog don't bite. No, that isn't correct. You're right. What should it be? Right. This dog doesn't bite. Well, there was 4 boys in the tree. Okay. You are correct. Good catch. It's a were. And if you weren't sure on that, the rest of you, you don't look at there, okay? And the word sentence that has the word there at the beginning is in an inverted order, we call it. So the subject's going to be later. The subject is boys. Boys is plural. Would you say boys was? No, you would say boys were. Yep. Rachel and David haven't heard the news. Haven't asked. Leonard, have I asked you yet? Is that correct or not? Right, they haven't heard. It's 2 of them. Good. Alex, there's 3 baby birds in the nest. Here's a tricky one. What do you think, Alex? Oh my goodness, good catch. Once again, we have this there. That's so confusing. But we have birds, right? And the birds are. So it shouldn't be theirs. It should be their, which is, do we ever use that contraction? Look at this crazy contraction they've got. I probably wouldn't even use it. Isn't that a crazy contraction? Yeah, I would probably say there are. Because, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I'm sure I have. Okay. Number 9. The baby has went to sleep. Is that correct or incorrect? It is incorrect, guys. I don't know if you've caught this one. But you should use the word gone. Remember, it's today I go, yesterday I went. Yes, today I go, I am going. Yesterday I went, and I have gone. Those are the 4 tenses for go. Go, going, went. Yesterday I went, and I have gone. It's not have went. What do you and Paige want for breakfast? Anything wrong with that? Nah, that's good. He don't like pizza. That's easy. He doesn't. You can hear it. Okay, they were on their way to Sunday school. Correct? Yes. Was Trevor here yesterday? That is also correct. They were on... Oh, I skipped one. I went back. 14. Alex hurted his head when he fell. It sounds like something my little grandson would say, hurted. We all know that that's not correct English, right? He just hurt his head. We sung my favorite hymn. Now, people may say this. Is it correct? It is not. Today I sing, right? Yesterday I sang. So this should be sang. If you want to use the word sung, you would... By the way, it's am singing for present participle. And then it's have sung. So if you want to use sung, you would have to use have. All right, read each sentence carefully. If it's correct, write C on your paper. If it contains an error, rewrite it. All right, let's look at these. Do they have their library cards? Is this correct or not? No, right here. It's not they are library cards. That should be THEIR, right? The cat licked its fur. See the apostrophe there? I'm going to get rid of some of my pen marks. See the it's there? Yeah, that's it is. You wouldn't say it is first, so you shouldn't have the apostrophe in there. Is that coat hers? That's correct. Pete and myself. So the question is this okay? Well, if you don't have Pete and, would you say myself practiced basketball all evening? No, you would not. You would say I practiced basketball all evening. Pete and I. What's wrong?
You're not plugged in. You want to use the cord.
Oh. Number 5. He cut himself. No, we never say himself. We always say himself. The children raked the yard by themselves. Morgan, what do you think? Very good. It's themselves. He did it all by himself. Correct? Yes, it is correct. You can use himself because you already used he in the sentence. And himself is correct. Dad and me mowed the yard. So the question is me okay? Get rid of dad and. Now say the sentence. Me mowed the yard. Is that what you would say? No, you would say I. Your dog is in our yard. Is that correct, Gavin? It sure is. Good job. Good catch. It's ready now. Leonard, what do you think? Good catch. It should be it is ready now. So you should have an apostrophe there. All right. Read each sentence carefully. If it is correct, write C on your paper. If it contains an error, write the sentence correctly on your paper. This is when do we use good and well? And do they have anything? Oh, real and really. Okay. So let's see how you do on this one on your own. You don't need to write it on paper, though. You could just correct it in here. But let me just review here, okay? So good is an adjective, okay? Whereas well is an adverb. Let's look at the first one. I do not feel good today. Well, good is describing feel, which is a verb. So we need to be using well for this. Okay? And then number 2, can you write good? Well, good is describing write, how you write. Well, write is a verb, so therefore you need well. Okay? Now let's go okay. So we've got this issue right here on 9 and 10. I know I'm doing half of them for you after I said to do them, but that's okay. So you have NT, which means not, and nobody in the same sentence. We have what we call 2 negatives here. Okay? Should you have 2 negatives in a sentence? No. So one of them needs to go. Either you're going to say there was nobody home at home, or you can say there wasn't anybody at home. So one of those you need to change. Okay, remember that for number 10. Let me erase a little bit here. We have words like quick and quickly. Okay, remember this is going to be the adjective describing nouns and pronouns. This is going to be an adverb describing verbs or other adverbs. Okay, so remember that. And then you have real and really. Remember, real is an adjective, whereas really is an adverb. So if you've got this right here, it's describing this. So would you use quick or quickly? This right here is describing how hot something is. So are we going to use, now this one's a tricky one. Yeah. Okay, let me do number 12. Because you're going to get it right just probably because you can hear it. Right? But I want you to know why it is. So I'm asking you, right? I wish I could hear you talk. Today was really hot, right? You know that. But why is it really an adverb as opposed to an adjective? Because today is your subject, okay? Was is what we call a linking verb. It is linking today and hot. Hot is describing today. It's a hot day. So hot is acting like an adjective. Adverbs, in addition to describing verbs and other adverbs, they also describe adjectives. So a word describing an adjective would be an adverb, so we have to use really. Remember that when you do number 13. Okay? All right. And 14. Yeah, that would work for 14 also. All right, so I went all over the place. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. As far as work that you're doing, because we did so much of it together, you're doing the rest of this section, and you can do it right on your paper if you can write small and neatly. All right? If you can't write small and neatly, you can get another sheet of paper, and you could whatever ones you have left to do. Which one did I tell you to start doing? Well, you can just do all of these. So you would do number 1, and you can just write the word well. You could do that if you don't feel comfortable trying to smush it all in there. All right, because I know some of you have a hard time writing that small. And then also, you're also doing, over here, you're doing 1 through 5. Right? We already did the top part. You're doing this go back part for it. So I changed this to 1 to 5. So you're going to underline your subject once, your verb twice, and diagram it on a piece of paper. Okay? All right. Have a great day. Miss you guys more than you know. And I'm going to work. It's Sunday today. I'm going to work on getting that Zoom up for us this week. See you later. Bye.